Chris Holman here. Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. And we are at the Grand Hotel right now. And of course, we're here as we always are annually for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. And we have caught the Grand Poobah this year. Is that a good way to say it, probably?
I think so. Yes, I am chairing this year's Mackinac Policy Conference.
Well, Suzanne Shank is, chair. And I'll tell you what, that's a big job. But before we get to it, let's talk a little bit about you are with Siebert Williams and Shank and Company. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yes, I was a co-founder of the firm in 1996 with Muriel Siebert, who was the first woman to own a seat on the New York Stock Exchange. So we have built a business that is among the most active players in the capital markets. We help corporations raise capital when they go out for bonding, or even when at the beginning of their process before becoming a public company, when they, do IPOs. Yeah, IPOs,
Yeah.
share buybacks, commercial paper. But we also have another core business, which is municipal bond underwriting. So we do lots of underwriting for major infrastructure projects around the country. And I chose that area because I'm a former civil engineer and wanted to not only work on designing infrastructure, but now financing.
Wow. Well, so how long has the firm been around?
We were founded in 1996. We've grown dramatically through mergers and acquisitions and are the top ranked minority and women owned investment banking firm in the country.
I'm not surprised. You are a driver, I can tell,
Oh,
just from sitting there. Well, listen, let's talk a little bit about this because you've been very involved in the chamber through the years.
yes, I've been involved with the chamber for many years. I joined the executive committee a few years ago. I'm on the racial justice committee as well. And they asked me to take on this role, which I was rather surprised. I am not a native Michigander, but certainly this is my home. I've been here over 31 years. So I was really honored to be asked to chair this really important event that brings together business, philanthropy, legislators, federal, state, and local policymakers, and the nonprofit world to try to tackle our biggest challenges in the state.
Well, it's a tremendous setting, and you wind up like we'll do 50 interviews in the next 2 days. You know how long it takes us to do 50 interviews otherwise, but they're all right here. And there's a lot of important announcements that come out of this gathering, too.
Yes, absolutely. I'm anxious to hear what we always have the governor with a few key announcements, the mayor. I think Secretary Benson also has a few press conferences. So there's so much going on at the same time. It's really hard to keep up.
Well, and you've got both the U.S. senators for
Yes,
Michigan in the building, too. So, and into
absolutely.
both of them.
Yes. And we have the Commerce Secretary coming.
Yeah.
We have CEOs, we have college presidents. We have just a dynamic group of thought leaders converging on the island this week.
All right, so let's talk about you were surprised. I can't believe you were surprised they asked you, of course. But let's talk about what all is entailed in that because that's not like okay, we'll put your name on it and you show up the day of.
No, I think the chair's primary role is to really craft an agenda and help recruit key speakers that will be really impactful, that people want to hear from. And I don't do it alone, though. We have a nice CEO advisory council. We have a planning committee. The chamber team is expert in their execution. So it really takes a village. I call the governor for her ideas. I call the mayor. So, I'm just really pleased that everyone was so willing to answer the call every time, roll up their sleeves, and help attract this great talent.
Well, I also knowing the governor well, I think she uses an excuse to come up to that beautiful
Yes,
summer home that she
it's
has.
a lovely home. I'll look forward to being there this evening. But yeah, this island is very unique in that respect. And it's a wonderful. I used to bring my kids when they were young up here, and they enjoyed it. So it's just a pleasant environment to have an important discussion like this.
All right, so at this point, so we've covered how much work this is for you. What happens back at the home front? I mean, who's tending your desk?
Oh, I've got about 145 employees
That should cover.
who are still working very hard day in and day out. We're doing deals every day. And, I know I've been able to attract a lot of great talent over the years, and especially in recent years, as some of my larger competitors have pulled out of certain aspects of the business. So we've been growing the firm and, seeing it and doing, lots of deals.
Well, we do a semi-annual survey, and talent is still the number one issue, getting it. So the fact that you can get it speaks highly of your firm and the culture.
Yes, I'm in a, very specific area. And we hire folks right out of college, in finance, but we also hire people that may become available experts in their areas from other firms. So I've been lucky, and we are national.
Yeah.
We have offices all over.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, Suzanne, thanks so much for joining us. Suzanne is, of course, Suzanne Shank is one of the founders of Siebert, Williams, and Shank, LLC. And congratulations on this year's chairmanship of this wonderful day. So we'll have you in mind the whole time.
Please do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's good to have you here. You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, coming to you from the Grand Hotel, where we're here for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. We'll be back with more.